panel. So let us introduce ourselves first. My name is Nur Shazwani binti Maddin. Along with me, my partners Nur Ashikin binti Ibrahim represent our research study for the factors that affect work stress among human resource management during pandemic of COVID-19 at Tenaga Nasional Berhad Petaling Jaya, which is supervised by Dr. Muhammad Fazil bin Abdul Batau. Okay, now I will start with the research background of our study. Okay, this research reports that the findings about the factors that affect work stress among human resource management during the pandemic of COVID-19. Okay, in every organization, there are pretty much aware on the work stress issues, which is happen to every workers during this pandemic of COVID-19. Okay, in order to avoid work stress among the workers, the manager have to know the factors that contribute to the workers that have been suspended in the work stress situation. Okay, workplace stress can come from a variety of sources or be caused by a single occurrence. It can have an effect on both employees and also employers. Work stress comes from various forms of source and it develops affection for work in different ways. Okay, workplace stress can be an awful burden for many individuals. If a person is stressed out because of their workload, it will damage their job performance and their ability to enjoy all the other benefits available at work. Okay, hence it can be seen that both public and private sector employees are facing the same situation, which is work stress in a workplace. Therefore, the findings and outcomes of this study will also be a help to future researchers to understand more about the factors that affect work stress among human resource management during this pandemic of COVID-19 at Tenaga Nasional Berhad Petaling Jaya. Okay, next is the problem statement of this study. So, currently, Malaysia and other countries are struggling with the pandemic of COVID-19. So, due to this pandemic, nearly 3 billion employees have experienced substantial work stress at their workplace, stems from several factors. Okay, based on several statistical data that have been found as a result of past studies providing that the effect of work stress have a strong influence on employee health. This includes people who are employed but are at a risk of losing their jobs, losing their livelihoods, or being unable to pay their bills. Work stress has a direct impact on employee job satisfaction, performance, and also organizational productivity, according to Reyes et al. 2016. In a work stress situation, some pressures are beneficial to the organization, while others are required to improve the social flexibility. Okay, when employees experience conflict at work, this can affect their life at home. And therefore, employees who experience problems at home, such as family problems, life crisis, financial problems, and death, or relationship problems, are more likely to be unable to perform their duties well in the office. So, because of that, it will make them have stress while at work. Okay, next is our research question. Okay, the first question of our research is what is the relationship between workload and work stress? The second question is what is the relationship between work environment and work stress? And the last question is what is the relationship between time management and work stress? So next, let me move on to the objective of our research study. So the first objective is to examine the relationship between workload and work stress. Second is to determine the relationship between work environment and work stress. And the last objective is to determine the relationship between time management and also work stress.
So next, I will explain the literature review. Firstly, the important element is workload. The workload as the apparent link between a task need and the quantity of skill or resources of a mental process. Therefore, excessive workloads and tight deadlines were indicated by more than 1/3 of respondents as their top worries. So, the capacity of managers to monitor and regulate workload levels as part of a proactive approach to stress management within the larger context of occupations, health and safety. Work environment refers to an employee and can have an impact on their work performance as well as work. Therefore, a work environment also a scene or a physical workspace in which a group of individuals collaborations to achieve certain objectives. So, if workplace stress has a harmful effect on employees' physical and mental health, as well as their family and public activities. For time management is a complete time management system, give managers the courage to empower. Time management also has skills ensure that employees get the most out of their time and do not experience a lack of time, which is a major source of stress. Okay, so for conceptual framework, we can see that the relationship between three independent variables, which are workload, work environment, and time management, between dependent variable, which is work stress. Okay, so here three independent variables that consist of two hypotheses for each variable. For null hypothesis, there is no significant relationship between IV and DV. For alternative hypothesis, there is significant relationship between IV and DV. Okay, next, the methodology, we use the quantitative method for our research results. For unit of analysis is focus the individual that refers to workers at Tenaga Nasional Berhad in Petaling Jaya. The sample of these studies is 81 respondents from workers at Tenaga Nasional in Petaling Jaya. We use convenience for our sampling techniques and using questionnaire is our data measurements. The data collections are divided by 5 parts. Firstly, Part A, demographic data of respondents. Part B, work stress. Part C, workload. Part D, work environments. And Part E, time management. The data analysis used in this study is descriptive statistics, Pearson correlations, and multiple regressions.
Okay, next we move on about our study of the demographic profile. Okay, this study is associated with 81 respondents from the Tenaga Nasional Berhad employees. So as you can see here, the majority of respondents came from female respondents with 77.8% with frequency of 63 respondents. Okay, the age of 22 and 25 years old has the highest percentage with 54.3% with the frequency of 44 respondents. For the highest educational level is degree with 42% with the frequency of 34 respondents. And lastly, for the marital status, single has the highest percentage of 61.7% with the frequency of 50 respondents. Okay, next, we proceed to the main findings of the Pearson correlation analysis. Okay, the first objective is to examine the relationship between workload and work stress at Tenaga Nasional Berhad Petaling Jaya, and the result of R is 0.690 while the p-value is 0.000, and the decision of hypothesis alternative 1 is accepted and hypothesis null is rejected. Okay, the second objective is to determine the relationship between work environment and work stress at Tenaga Nasional Berhad Petaling Jaya. Okay, the result for this objective for R is 0.605 while the p-value is 0.000. So that the decisions is hypothesis alternative 2 is accepted and the hypothesis null 2 is rejected. Okay, the last objective is to determine the relationship between time management and work stress at Tenaga Nasional Berhad Petaling Jaya. Okay, with the result of R is 0.318 and the p-value is 0.004. So the decision is hypothesis alternative 3 is accepted and hypothesis null 3 is rejected. Okay, next we proceed to the recommendation of this study. Okay, the first recommendation of this study is a better work culture. Okay, the organization can take advantage of this opportunity to develop their work culture between employer and employees. Okay, as a happy employee who enjoys contributing the organization is the foundation of a successful organization. To do this, the manager or organization's leader must foster a positive work environment that benefits all employees. Okay, this because top management attitude can lead by example for subordinates. Okay, the second recommendation is to sharpen the time management skills. Okay, time management is a method of planning and maximizing time in order to increase productivity and help organizations, teams, and people achieve their long-term objective. To avoid stress at work and as a result of poor time management, make a list of priorities at the start of the week by prioritizing tasks and placing them in order of important things. Time management skills are critical if you are frequently stressed or under pressure at work. And lastly, the recommendation is a better work environment. Okay. Employees are greatly influenced by their working environment. As a result, the manager must play an essential role in providing peace of mind to employees in order to avoid the incidence of stress at work, which leads to an uncomfortable work environment. Okay, the management must have an attitude of empathy and adaptability towards his or her employees. Fostering empathy and support for one another in workplace demonstrates that the manager is concerned not only about the success of the company but also about the well-being of their employees and co-workers.
The first limitation in these studies is low response rates. It is because the respondent is not interested in cooperating, giving the informations. It is also possible that the respondent was not interested in wanting to answer the questions because of the inappropriate type of questions. So, for the future recommendation is improving strategies for developing survey questionnaire. So, researchers need to ensure that the distributions of questionnaire is monitor and follow closely to ensure that the frequency of data collections is on track that has been planned. Next is limited time to complete the questionnaire. The study needs to be completed within a certain period of times. The period provided to carry out these studies was inappropriate as it was too fast. So, for the future recommendation is speed up the rate of data collections. So, if more effective methods such as direct or one interviewers should be used in this distributing the questionnaires. Therefore, the data to be collected will be obtained quickly. Lastly, questionnaire was used to collect data. The collections of data through questionnaires indicated that it is difficult to collect data accurately. So, for the future recommendation is to distribute the questionnaires using face-to-face interview. Face-to-face interview can assist researchers in engaging effectively with target respondents. Thus, by using this method, it also can help researchers get more accurate information in this study. In conclusion, we can see the indicated a positive relationship between the independence factors that consist of workload, work environments, and time management, with a dependent variables, which is work stress. Has provided some insights about the study by providing implications, recommendations, and limitations for the future researchers' guidelines. Therefore, expects further studies on the various factors influencing this work stress to be done in the future. That's all from me. Thank you.